Spoiler alert, the answer is it depends. That is the answer to this client question of the week. Should I get a pre-listing appraisal performed before I list my home for sale? That was a question asked by a client this week. The seller said to me, I want to price my home correctly. I know that pricing it above or below the fair market value will affect the sale timing and even the final price. So shouldn't I get an appraisal done first? So already, the new seller is demonstrating that they are smart and prudent. They know the value of pricing the home correctly, and they want to make sure they are doing that. I had just met with the seller and had only had a chance to review their needs and give them an update on their local market. I thought it was a good question and probably one that other people would get some value out of hearing. So I decided to use this as our client question of the week. All right, so I've already given you the answer. Like with many things in life, the first answer is it depends. Let me walk through this with you. First, what is an appraisal? It's an opinion of value of real property. It's meant to be as objective as possible, but there is no such thing as a fully objective valuation. There are many tools, techniques, and options that appraisers have at their disposal to support their opinion of value, but there is often a part of that value that is subjective. Second, it's important to note that it is not fair market value. Fair market value is what a buyer will pay for the property in the current market. This means that the appraisal may not be the price that a buyer will buy or a seller will sell a property for. Third, the most common appraisal method used for residential real estate is called a sales comparison. That means they will compare your property's characteristics with those of similar properties that have recently sold. The more similar, the better. The more recent the sale, the better. In fact, at its core, it is the same methodology that your real estate agent should be using, and they should be sharing those comparables with you. Fourth, isn't the buyer going to get one done? Yes, but it will be done for the bank. The bank will not use your appraisal, but your appraisal can be given to the bank's appraiser. A good, reputable appraisal company will defend their appraisal if their value and the bank's appraiser's value differ too much. A pre-listing appraisal in Metro Atlanta typically costs between $400 and $500. So now we know it's a third-party opinion of value that is done in a very similar manner as a comparable market analysis used by your agent. It does not replace the one done by the lender, and they are not inexpensive. So at the start, I said it depends. Let's explore when you would and when you would not want to have one done. So reasons you would want to get one done are there are no good, close by, recent comparable sales for you to look at, or your property is very unique. For example, I sold a log cabin in the Brookwood cluster. There were no other log cabins in that school district sold for as far back as I could find. So I split the cost with the seller to have an appraisal done. We knew that we needed to provide a potential buyer with some explanation of pricing, since their agent was also not going to be able to find any log cabins that sold. Or you've done several recent upgrades and the comparable sales don't show the value for those upgrades. Or you and your agent disagree on what the comparables show. It can be a good additional data point for you to have. Lastly, if you're selling your property by owner, if you don't have an agent, it would certainly be good to have one done. Now, when should you not get a pre-listing appraisal done? When there are comparable home sales available and you have an experienced real estate consultant that is able to walk you through them and show you how they indicate fair market value of your specific property. If that's the case, you probably don't need to spend the money. So, it depends. If you or someone you know are thinking about selling a house, give me a call and I can show you the fair market value of your property and go over the steps we take to get your home sold for the most money and with the least amount of hassle to you. Take care. Bye.